That's so sad.
All right, guys, let's do this. Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
Episode 13. Lucky one, I hope.
13.
Oh.
Cheers.
So I brought you here today to Annie's Wine Cottage in Powell. Everyone should visit it. By the way, thank you for hosting us. It's amazing. To kind of get to know Michelle, Marguerite, and Jeff, which I have never called any of you that in 8 years and 5 years. How long have you been with us? 6 years.
Yeah, I had my 6-year anniversary.
3. Yeah. Jeez. Wow, time flies.
It does.
I just can't. So, but whatever. So we want to get to know you guys as people because we've done a lot of podcasts where we've gotten to know, your expertise and how you do surgeries and how you do functional medicine. But I pulled questions from staff and patients that they kind of inquiring minds want to know.
Nice.
So we'll start you off easy. And we'll talk about the things that you're used to talking about on here. So we'll start with Dr. Sieffert. Why plastic surgery?
Well, honestly, I didn't know it was going to be plastic surgery in the beginning. I just always knew that I loved surgery. And I kind of discovered plastic surgery along the way. But why medicine? The same reason most people start out wanting to go into medicine, and it's to help people, which is something that I truly in my heart believe that we're doing at Donaldson Plastic Surgery.
Why did you always know surgery? Like, I knew surgery. Like, why? Did you just like as a kid to cut things up?
That's a
and
really
stitch them back together or what?
But yeah, I like working with my hands, and surgery is a very quiet, controlled place where you're doing something artistic with your hands that requires a lot of focus. And as a kid, I was always like doing art projects and knitting and sewing and doing things that were artistically in a similar realm, using my hands and focusing my attention. And my dad was a surgeon, which is how I got the introduction to surgery. And that was all I needed, was to see and be in an operating room and sort of have someone guide me through what was going on in there. And that was it.
What kind of surgeon was your dad?
Vascular surgeon.
Is he still practicing? No.
Not anymore.
I didn't think so.
He would still be if he could.
Yeah, I love it. What about you, Dr. Donaldson?
Like Dr. Sieffert, I think it starts with the question of medicine versus surgery. And I remember I was engaged at the time, actually, during medical school. And I would go to like a full 8-hour day in family practice. And I'd come home just completely wiped out and exhausted and just was grumpy and didn't have energy to do anything else. And then I went on my surgical rotation, and I'd be up all night, and it'd be a 36-hour shift. And I'd come home after not sleeping a wink and just be totally jazzed and energized for like, what are we doing tonight? And it was a huge difference that my fiance and now wife could tell at the time immediately that like, hey, one kind of feeds you and the other one drains you. And so surgery was definitely the way to go. And then within that, kind of like Dr. Sieffert, I knew I loved most all surgical fields, and then went through general surgery to determine that plastics was absolutely my favorite, the most creative, the most variety in terms of gender and age and parts of the body, and the most creative, and it was just a great fit.
I can attest that your enthusiasm for it has not changed. How long have you been doing it?
Oh gosh, well, I started in 2009, I guess, in practice, right? So it's been 16 years. Because
my job is to fill your schedule, and you literally will say, I want you to make me come to you crying and telling you to stop scheduling me patients. I want to go from 6:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock every day. I love it. I want to be in the OR. You still feel that way.
Yeah, and as much as I love seeing my patients in the office, I like the OR more, the technicalities of it. And,
well, that's where you're best served. I think your patients would agree.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Weston.
So why medicine? I grew up in a single mom home. So she was started as like a medical assistant in the ER. And so my brother and I were young. We were like 7 and 8. And so back then in the ER, like we didn't have urgent care. So it wasn't such high acuity. So we would walk from school to the emergency department, sit in the nurse's lounge, do our homework. And that's where I grew up. So I grew up with all the doctors, and I was just telling Dr. Donaldson that that was my first job. My first like real job was being a secretary in the ER, and then I went to I was a nurse assistant, then I was a EMT. I just kind of always worked in the ER. And so I knew I would do medicine. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then when I went through school, I just loved everything and couldn't really decide, but knew I wanted sports. So between like orthopedics and sports medicine, I thought I wanted, in case I wanted a family at some point, I should probably steer clear of orthopedics. So I did sports medicine.
I didn't know we had such a similar like job background because I started as an operating room orderly when I was 17 or 18. That was my first I was a medical transcriptionist before I was an orderly. But then I went into being an orderly and then I was an EMT after that. So and I was a bedside, what do they call them? Patient sitter.
Oh.
I had some of the wildest experiences from doing that. Like literally having to be rescued from rooms sometimes. It just was wild.
Because our ER sitters would be, it's kind of scary.
Yeah, but like getting to kind of work your way like up in a hospital. Yeah.
If you weren't doing this, so if you could have a job like outside of medicine completely, what would you be doing? Like if that wasn't even an option for you, where do you think you would have navigated towards? You guys probably can't even think about that because it's been so much of your life. You said a waitress earlier.
Because I love being busy.
I know. I probably would have been a waitress because I just want to be busy all the time.
You'd be here at Annie's Wine
I would be the best waitress ever. I think because also you can't bring your mood with you through the day, right? Yeah. Like I can't be cranky in the morning, see my patients and continue to be cranky. So it kind of gets you out of your own head, gets you out of your mood, gets you out of just reflecting only on yourself, and you have to focus on someone else. And when you do that, I think it's good for your heart.
It's a lot of energy. I tell people it's like speed dating. You're meeting like potentially in one day, 10, 20, 30 new people, have to make an impression within the first 30 seconds. And then, there's a connection forms or it doesn't. And so it does take energy and the right attitude to get through a day like that. And I think it's fun, but some people don't.
So I actually have an answer to that question because I have this problem that I could probably do anything in the entire world. Like when I was going through medical school, I didn't have the problem of I'm falling asleep on any of my rotations. I had the problem of I know I want to do surgery, but like, shoot, I'm having a really good time in pediatrics. Maybe I could do this. OB-GYN, same thing. Like I just really loved everything. I think it's just being a person who is optimistic and enjoys learning. Everything kind of spoke to me. So and everybody in the operating room knows and maybe it's my retirement dream, but I could have a couple of other jobs. But the one that everyone knows is I would own it's a coffee shop by day because I love roasting coffee and drinking coffee. And then by night, and I don't use marijuana products, but I would figure out the recipe for the world's best pot carrot cake, and that's what we would sell by night. I love you carrot cake. It's gotta have some fresh gingerbread in there.
That is a great business venture.
And so nighttime would be desserts.
Do you have a name for this place?
I haven't thought of that yet. But I'm also like in my next life gonna have a bunch of tattoos and dreadlocks and all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, like stuff I never did
in
as
retirement.
A youth.
Next
life? I think so.
Let's wait. Let's see that.
I'm gonna wait until my skin is all wrinkly and I don't care about it anymore. And
it's gonna be never. You work at Donaldson.
Let's see that.
Well, maybe from here down, I don't do anything for the rest of the skin. Just this skin.
I love that.
So for not escaping medicine, if you had to pick another specialty and you couldn't pick plastic surgery, what would you have chosen?
I think most people thought I played football through school and into college, and I think most people assumed I was going to do an orthopedic surgery. And I have great friends who are orthopedists, and I have a lot of respect for that. But I just didn't personally think there was going to ever be enough. In orthopedics, you really have to subspecialize, and to me, I just didn't think there was ever going to be enough, like in the knee joint, to kind of help to satisfy me for an entire career. So I liked the creativity and the breadth of plastics. During my general surgery training, the neurosurgeons tried to get me to come over and do that, and I thought certain spine procedures were compelling and cool. I didn't like the gravity I didn't like brain surgery because I just felt like, and again, I have good friends who are neurosurgeons, but in the brain, it seems like you can really only release blood or cut out cancer. Like there's just so little we actually know about the brain that we can physically manipulate during surgery. So that wasn't as satisfying to me either. So probably a surgical subspecialty just because I can't imagine being fulfilled in one of the medical subspecialties, but I probably would have gotten out. Unlike you guys, I probably would have gotten out of medicine at that point. I think plastic surgery is what I enjoy.
I love it. What we get this question all the time, but explain the difference between a cosmetic surgeon and a plastic surgeon? Either one of you.
Yeah, so a cosmetic surgery, there is an academy, I think, of cosmetic surgery, which basically is just less rigorous. Anyone in any subspecialty who goes through some basic training can achieve that status. And I think they've tried to make that a little more rigorous over the years, but it's not the same as doing a full general surgery training program and then a full plastic surgery training program and a fellowship on top of that potentially, and then being board certified by the American Board of Plastic Surgery. That's the distinction.
How many years does that take?
It depends.
For school?
There's a couple of different routes. I know they're trying to streamline it into one route. So for me, it was 6 straight years in plastic surgery right out of medical school.
Yeah.
So 4 years in medical school and then 6 years, and so 10 years outside of undergrad.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the minimum. And
Yeah.
you can spend 11 or 12, depending on
Crazy.
the subspecialization.
Yeah,
What
some
about
people-
you? Oh, sorry. Go
Well,
ahead.
Dr. Donaldson did 5 years of general surgery, 2 years of plastic surgery,
2
or
years of
3?
plastics,
2 years of
and then
plastics,
6
and
months of
then a
fellowship, yeah.
fellowship. So
Yes.
if you're going that route, the plastics fellowship route, you have to have some kind of surgical background, whether that's, I mean, I'm sure people come out of ENT and orthopedics and can go into plastics residencies, but then you do a couple of years in plastics and then potentially a fellowship if you still need one after that.
Yeah.
So either way, to be a board certified plastic surgeon, you have to have very specific training, and then you have to pass a really rigorous boards exam where they review all of your cases from your first year out in practice. You sit in front of boards examiners who are other plastic surgeons, and they grill you on what you did wrong in your cases, and they give you cases that you have sort of prepared for to test you on your knowledge on the fly. So you have to really jump through a lot of flaming hoops to be a plastic surgeon. I don't know what you have to do to be a cosmetic surgeon. I've never done it.
It used to be, well, I think you can call yourself a cosmetic surgeon no matter what, because there isn't really a governing body that prevents you from doing so. But there is an academy of cosmetic surgery. But I still shy away from Phoenix, Arizona, because that's where I took my boards. And when you're sitting across the table like this from 3 or 4 or 5 people who wrote the textbooks on the field about what you're supposed to speak, it's intimidating when you're just starting to practice.
Yeah, and no matter how well you do at preparing, they're always going to find some detail or something and just like bury you underneath it.
And they fail people. I mean, I had a good friend who's a really smart, well trained person who got through all of those hoops, was in front of the board, and the person in front of him said, well, I've reviewed your cases, and I just want you to know that was poorly conceived and poorly executed, and you fail.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
That has to be
You
heartbreaking.
get to try again and come back the next year. But
Yeah,
I think you only get a couple
you do
tries.
get to try again.
Yeah.
But that's the most terrifying, like, number, what is it, a couple of days? I don't even remember. I was
down there a week. Yeah.
Of any plastic surgeon's life is when you have to sit for your boards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's horrifying. And I think you knew my boards examiner.
I did. Yeah. And I've subsequently been invited to come down and be a board examiner. So when you're on the other side of it, it feels a lot better.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Would you be horribly mean?
I would be very understanding. I'm not thrilled by trying to trip people up on those things.
I feel like I'd be a terrible boards examiner.
Yeah.
I'm too much of an empath. Yeah.
It's okay.
I'd start taking on
You
all
had
of
a bad
their
day.
fear.
Give the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, Weston, what about you? So this is a loaded question.
What's the question again?
Well, I'm going to ask you
We talked
because,
so much.
because,
Forgot what it was about.
so,
It's a lot.
you know, functional medicine is this huge thing right now, right? Everyone's doing it. Every corner's offering some type of it.
I thought you said
So-
corner for a second. I was like, wow.
Every
It's a lot.
corner,
I got you.
every block, there's multiple, So, like, how do you, for like the person who doesn't understand functional medicine or is new to it, how do you distinguish between somebody who like knows what they're talking about, like you, and like the experience you have versus this? And can like anybody try and do this in a way?
Anyone
in
can say they
to some extent?
do functional medicine. And I think it's important to differentiate, like, if someone has a passion for functional medicine or actually has education in functional medicine and experience in. Because you can have a passion for something but be very bad at it. it doesn't mean you should be taking care of other people. So you can be a dietitian and do it. You can be a chiropractor, a naturopath, an MD. You can be an RN. You can do it however you want. There are several bodies that you can be certified through. So one is IFM, which is where I'm certified through. It was like, I think the quickest you could finish it was 18 months. And then there's A4M, which is another respected organization. You can do a fellowship, which is great. It's like a whole extra year of integrative or functional medicine after you're done with your residency. You can do a fellowship. Those are just starting, which is a great way to go through the program. But you can also do a weekend course and say you're going to do functional. So same thing, like I could do a weekend course in Botox and then suddenly do Botox in our office. Mm-hmm. So I think red flags would be like if you see someone and they say, oh, I specialize in hormones and I can also do your filler and I can also do Botox and I'm a specialist in all of them, that's probably unlikely that you're a specialist in everything. So.
And I think while there are many paths to functional medicine, I particularly respect yours of being double board certified through 2 subspecialties that are recognized by the consortium of medical specialty boards and then did functional medicine. So to have the gravitas of real medical experience and then add that on top, I think is kind of the ultimate.
Yeah, I think patients appreciate it because I can meet them in the middle. I respect and love conventional medicine, but I think there's a place in conventional that like patients don't get better, and there are people that we're not helping in conventional, and so you need a little bit of functional as well. So I think I tend to shy away from those providers who are just anti-conventional medicine completely. I think there's a happy medium between the two.
What made you pivot from that into functional?
That was my own personal story. So it was years ago. I was in Oklahoma and had symptoms of my own and lab abnormalities. Went to my doctor, was told like, oh, your labs are abnormal. We'll go do imaging. My imaging was abnormal, but not enough to have a diagnosis, but yet enough to like not have long-term disability insurance. No diagnosis, nothing. And so I was just told, okay, every year we'll just recheck your labs and recheck imaging. That's a horrible way to live. And so it became not okay for me to just give that answer to my patients. So at that time, I was a team physician for University of Oklahoma. I was doing a ton of eating disorders, and so I knew nutrition. So that's what I dove into. Little did I know I was doing functional medicine through nutrition. And my poor husband, I came home, I was like, by the way, we're not eating anything processed and we are vegetarian. And he's just like, okay. He just goes with the flow. And things normalized and, my labs completely normalized and no additional symptoms. And so that's kind of my story, how I got into it.
I love it.
I think that's what we ultimately brought Dr. Weston into the practice for, is the same thing, because we noticed within our own families, within our patient populations, there are just these issues that they weren't getting answers from their PCPs or their OB-GYNs, and they didn't have time to kind of delve into the causes as to why. And a lot of perimenopausal things, just things that you just don't know. And so I think a lot of people come to functional medicine because they're not getting answers.
Yeah, and it's
we
not
can find answers.
I tell patients, it's not that your doctor doesn't want to help you, we just aren't taught that in medical school. And then you have 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I had 15 minutes to check all the boxes for insurance, check all the boxes for the hospital system I worked under, and then talk to the patient about what I needed to talk to them about, like their blood pressure or diabetes or whatever. And then they had a list of questions. Yeah. I had 15 minutes. Yeah. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we're really meant to come alongside primary care and, fill in the gaps when they don't have the time to. So it is supposed to be like a partnership.
How do you think Donaldson is different from other practices, from plastic surgery to aesthetics to functional medicine? Like, how do you think we're different?
I can start. So when I first got a call, he's heard the story a zillion times, but when I first got the call, I was home because I was home with my kids. And my secretary called. She's like, this plastic surgery office wants to talk to you. And I'm like, and I got out my laptop. I'm like, these stupid surgeons. Whip it open. I'm like, he probably didn't even read the note that I wrote about, because I thought it was a pre-op patient that I was clear for surgery. I'm like, and then I call and they're like, and it was you. And he was like, oh yeah, so I see you family practice, sports medicine, and then you do functional. I'm like, holy yes. And I ended up going to the office, and I hung up with Dr. Donaldson, went to my husband. I'm like, there's no way I'm working in a plastic surgery office. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. And the first time I went in, I met Dr. Donaldson and Ed, our COO, and they wanted to bring functional on because they knew that there were patients that surgery didn't fit for them. Mm-hmm. And they know that they didn't feel well, but they wanted to help them. Mm-hmm. And so that's when they brought in functional, and that's brilliant.
Yeah.
So they saw a need in their patients, and they brought in functional, and that's the reason. And I love that they brought that in because there are some patients that they don't think surgery is the right option, and so they say no to patients. Mm-hmm. So for me, like, that was the reason why I came home, and I'm like, I'm going to work there now.
Yeah, I think it takes so much courage to come into an office like ours, and so to do that, someone has a problem, and then it's just a matter of, can that be fixed surgically, or can it be fixed medically, or can it not be fixed? In which case, we'll give them that advice as well, and send them on. I think that's a difference.
I agree. Do you have anything more to say about?
I mean, we really do have the ability to treat the person as a whole, I guess, with the exception of being able to provide psychiatric care.
Yeah.
But,
we do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we do.
I think we all do our own form
That's
of
all part of
counseling
it. Not officially,
in the
but
office.
unofficially.
Yeah. We don't charge for that part.
No, we don't charge for that part.
But we really do, and sort of being able to meet people where they're at. Sometimes people come in and they're not quite ready for surgery, but they want to do something to feel better and look better. Okay, so you're not ready for all of this, but maybe you're ready for lasers, or maybe you're ready for skincare, or maybe you want to see our estheticians and have a really nice facial and get your skin glowy for a wedding. Like, we really do. We do it all.
I think we're also a two-way street. We tend to have pretty down-to-earth, realistic, authentic patients, and I think as a staff and as a practice, we're very realistic and down-to-earth and authentic as well. And so that's nice because it kind of works outside of what some people would typically think of in plastic surgery, which is a little more unrealistic or a little more unobtainable. So it's pretty gratifying.
I agree. I see all the patients after you guys do, and they're always like, they were so nervous to come in, but like, it was so great. I feel so good. I felt so like heard and like comfortable. And the one thing that I love is we say no, and I don't know. I love that. Like, I love that someone could come in and you could give them lipo, and you could make a difference, but you're not going to get the result you want. So it's like, it's not worth the risk of surgery to give you a mediocre result, because safety first, and you care about them first. And I love that. I couldn't, do this if I didn't, you guys didn't do that. So, and people appreciate that, even though they don't like what they hear sometimes, but they really appreciate it. They're like, I know, and I'm glad they were honest. And it actually like makes them want to instead go find someone who'll do it. They want to lose the weight with functional and then get the surgery, which is kind of the point, right? You want to do it the right way.
I was going to say, those patients end up referring friends and family, even if we can't help them. We say, listen, there may be other surgeons who are willing to do this. I don't think it's wise. I don't think it's in your best interest. So they say, hey, thanks for your candor, and they'll go home maybe a little disappointed, but then they'll rave about that experience with friends and family. There's, this is an honest place to be, and they'll tell you yes or no.
My I don't know if she knows I'm going to say this. My family member, I should say. So she's come in. She was so nervous to come in. She's like, I'm going to go in and everyone's going to be beautiful. Like, all the people who are there, all the staff's going to be gorgeous. There's going to be judging me. And she said now she's come in several times. And so she said now she comes in, she doesn't even care if she goes to the little snack bar twice. She said she knows no one's judging her.
That's good.
It's just cute.
Yeah.
I know.
She just feels very at ease. And I think, because it can be intimidating.
Yeah.
Because I think, and I even pictured, which so wrong of me to think, that I would see a certain type of patient here.
Yeah.
And we're all patients here.
Amazing.
Just normal, amazing people who.
I mean, we are all patients, right?
Yeah.
We all use our own services.
So true.
So this is a big one that people want to know about, because I know your lives are very demanding. So how do you balance your work life and your family life? What are some challenges that you face along the way? Like, I can't imagine, because you were married did you have kids during your residency and stuff? That was tough.
Yeah, we had two under two at one point.
Yeah.
During training.
And you guys are still married, so good for you. You made it through.
She's a very patient woman.
Cheers the list. Cheers list.
We've worked
How did you
worked through a
manage
few
that?
things over the years. I mean, that's always been important to me. I mean, even growing up, my dad used to talk about balance and, work hard, play hard, and get your work done, but enjoy yourself and relax at the same time. So I think it started, even in medical school, I would exercise and date and do things outside of studies. And then in residency, once I was married, same thing. We lived in Maine, and we were able to go off to the islands and up to the mountains and up to Canada and down to the cities, and just the weekends were kind of our time. So we could do anything during the week if we kind of made it to the weekend. And then, early in practice, I think it's just a matter of treating those things outside of work just as important as those things inside work. And there are certain situations if a patient really needs help where that trumps everything. Yeah. But aside from those few times, you it's just a matter of priorities. So you can make time for the people who are important to you.
I love it. You too.
And you do walk that walk.
Yes,
like,
1,000,000%.
when it comes to family first, which was very appealing to work here.
Yeah. How do you guys manage it? You have little ones. How old are yours?
2 and 3.
Okay.
It's definitely an ebb and flow. There are times, and I think there are probably phases in your career where it's all about the kids and family, and that's where most of the time and attention goes. And then times when it flows back and the attention can be more on career and surgery. And I just always make sure I'm always conscientious that I'm providing the best quality to my patients, and I'm staying up on techniques and the literature and making sure that all the care that I'm providing is top notch, even when sometimes I can't be there the number of hours that I, need to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I can attest to that because you are 100% like that. You're always researching stuff and coming to us with like, hey, I saw this and I want to talk to these people. But when you became a mom, you cut back, which is awesome. And I love that, and you're managing both. And I think that's awesome, that you can do both.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you're killing it.
When you asked, how are you managing
You're killing it.
Balance. I was like, I'm managing it pretty poorly.
Yeah, no, you're
Managing
not.
it pretty
At all.
poorly.
You're not managing it poorly at all. You're doing a great job. You're doing great.
I agree.
And then Weston?
I mean, my kids are old enough that we're just busy with sports.
Yeah. You have 2 also for
That's not
everyone that
just
doesn't know.
them.
How old are they? 10 and 12.
Just a different busy.
Yeah.
So my husband has a flexible job, which is lovely because I could not do what I do if he did not have a flexible job. So that's my secret. I have an amazing husband. Very well.
I love it. And you, I didn't mention, but Hayes and Amir, how old? For those that don't know.
20 and 18.
Nice.
Yeah.
So as far as like your family, I always like, how do you think, well, yours are little. So maybe you can go with like what your husband would say, what Nick would say. But how do you think your kids would describe you guys?
Embarrassing. I'm the worst cook ever because all I cook is vegetables and I talk about protein.
That's great. More people should do that.
Like, Mom, why do we always have to pack things? Other people just go get takeout. I'm like, I
They'll thank you when they don't have diabetes.
Yeah, to
True.
have a functional medicine physician as a parent.
Yeah, that would be rough.
They also know a lot about their hormones.
Yeah.
We've drawn
Heck
pictures
yes.
of with my my older one. She won't watch this. We were talking. So she had her little class about anatomy for boys and girls. So when I knew she was having the class, I wanted to talk to her first. So I took her out to eat.
Oh my god!
I busted out a pen and paper.
Oh my
I
gosh.
drew out the uterus and the ovaries.
You did not.
Oh yeah, I did. It's important to know.
Yeah.
I
It's
love
not
that
a
you
bad
did that.
word. We all have everything.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Let's talk about it.
Right.
Great.
I love it. What about me and Hayes? What would they say about you if I asked them to describe you?
I mean, I think
As a dad.
probably fun, right? So I'm working hard during the day and I'm not around for a lot of the kind of disciplined parts. When I come home tired, I kind of want to enjoy my family and kind of get into the, into the more fun aspects of that. So to my wife's credit, she's kind of in the trenches, and kind of their go-to for the things the real life things that come up all day long, and then I tend to kind of swoop in as the fun part.
And you guys have a little rescue center at your house too, thanks to Liz, right?
Yeah, we've fostered
Liz has
kittens
the
and
biggest heart.
raccoons.
She
and
can't say no to
chipmunks
animals.
Did you have like a
and
hedgehog
all
at
sorts
one
of things.
time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I actually
dying.
got Liz during COVID gifted me some baby kittens.
Oh, nice.
That when there was nothing else going on during COVID because our business
yeah,
was shut down.
yeah.
I was bottle feeding baby kittens.
Mhm.
I love it.
Liz does
Well,
that.
my
Every
dog
once in
got
a
a chipmunk a couple weeks ago, and the first one I went to was Liz. I was like, what do I do to save
Yeah.
this chipmunk?
while. Yeah.
So I spent my entire weekend rescuing a chipmunk. So yeah,
has
she's a
such a
little
big heart.
angel
It's
for
a little
animals.
bit of it's a conflict in our house because we now have adopted 2 of the cats that
Yeah.
we're supposed to be fostering.
You never knew you were going to
And
be cat.
one of them in particular
owners.
is an assassin, and so she brings in things all day
Which one
long.
is that?
Gross.
Zuri.
Oh,
She's this
is that the
little-
one Bobby kind of bequeathed you, or is that a
Mm,
different one?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But she'll get birds and snakes and
Oh my gosh,
chipmunks
and bring them in.
rabbits and yeah.
Oh geez.
We are. I am so different. I'm not bottle feeding any animal. If a cat was bringing dead things, that cat would be out.
You have your dog though.
Yeah.
Doggy.
Our house, for some reason, turns into a zoo. There's always all kinds of weird animals. And we're in Powell. There's all kinds of weird animals here. One morning, there was a bat on my front doorstep, and I went out, and I thought it was dead. So I took a stick and was like poking at it. And this thing reared up.
Oh no.
And it bared its fangs and hissed at me. I've never screamed so loud.
Oh my gosh, that is
You have
insane.
I thought it was a vampire now.
Oh my
This thing
gosh.
was going to rise up and bite
Pretty
me.
cool.
I know
Well, I
yours
love
are
bats.
little. Are you going to be a
Yeah.
good cop or bad cop? Or are you?
I'm the bad cop.
You're-
so
okay.
you're saying Liz in the I am the trenches at my house.
Okay.
And I think what would my husband say about me? He'd probably say I wear too many hats. I try to do everything. But that's just always been my personality. So I don't know. Maybe he thought he was marrying someone different.
It was a different hat. And then you married him. You were like,
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I was wearing the wrong hat when we met and got married.
You were an exterminator.
No, I don't think he sees it as a negative thing.
I love that. He's awesome. As far as like something, so like what would be something surprising to people that they wouldn't know about you? Like maybe something you're like weirdly good at, or enjoy doing that's a little off, or hobby that you like that's unique.
I'm boring.
You're boring.
He has unique things.
I know you have unique things.
Yeah, you jump out of helicopters.
Yeah.
I've jumped out of a few helicopters.
I'm worried every year. I'm like, oh God, what are we gonna do if he dies?
I know.
I hope that never
Breaks a
happens.
hand, breaks a hand or dies.
Bring
I
him
worry
home
about all of them.
safely. Donaldson plastic surgery is not Donaldson plastic surgery without Dr. Donaldson.
Yeah, I do like some of those things.
You do a lot of
I
adventurous
like heli
things,
skiing
actually.
and kite surfing. And I can fly a stunt kite. I can do yo-yo like Smothers
A
Brothers.
stunt kite?
Yeah, I can do different things.
Like,
What's
like
yo-yo?
what people?
What's a yo-yo?
What's yo-yo? Like a yo-yo?
Yeah,
Like a yo-yo?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying that along the lines
I
of
know,
like
I did
skiing
too.
and stuff. I was
No.
like, is that a type
No,
of
it's just
skiing?
weird
or-
While you're
things. I can,
kite
I can
you're gonna
jump
yo-
rope well. I can do like weird things, kind of.
Oh, interesting.
Wait, do you mean like the kites that they fly when people are kite surfing?
Yeah.
He could do that
That's
while
fun.
yo-yoing.
I want to
Never
learn how to
tried
do
that.
that.
I probably could.
Do it
You're
while
confident, that's for sure.
Built that confidence.
So outside, this might be a tricky one, but outside of your parents, okay, who has influenced you the most in your life?
My husband.
In what way?
A lot of ways. He's a really bright guy, and when he has a passion for something, he dives into it and just goes all the way and learns everything he possibly can. And there are so many things that he has brought me along with as he's been learning from. I mean, I have an MBA, but he dove into like finance and learned so much and taught me a ton. And he's on a spiritual journey and he's been bringing me along with that. And there are just so many things that he teaches me every day.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, we can't answer. Spirit ever watches
Oh.
this. He'd be like, oh, she said
Should I?
Nick. You said
Should I?
We'll just say, Jared, you were obvious. I was
Okay, now I'll pick someone else.
Order of that.
Is it me?
It is you.
Scary.
I knew
So
it.
I mean, growing up in a single mom household, like like looking back, I'm like, I really missed out on the whole dad thing, and having two girls now and seeing their relationship with Jared, which is amazing. He's just such a good dad.
Yeah, he is.
And I'm like, I really got the shaft. But then looking back, I'm like, God really put people in my life who were father figures. And it started at a young age, and it was like doctors in the hospital. And then my mom married my stepdad, who was a fireman. So like I was at the firehouse. So I always had strong men in my life, like speaking good things into me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that like overall, I think that played a role in who I became.
Yeah.
Am.
Yeah, that's hard for me. I don't have like, I mean, there are a handful of people, I think, at each step, teachers and coaches and even friends, girlfriends who just taught me all sorts of things at the right time in life. And now I think my kids and my wife and my colleagues, and, I try to learn what I can from all the people around me who I deeply respect.
Yeah. You have, because your kids are older than their kids. And I love the relationship you have with your kids. I think it's awesome. So what has Mia taught you, and what has Hayes taught you, you think?
Oh, so they probably will watch this. Yeah, I mean, Mia is just a bundle of energy, and she's very transparent. She wears her heart on her sleeve, and you know what she means because she'll tell you, and she's not afraid. She has a ton of courage. And she's really fearless, and so I love that about her. It was a challenge to parent that.
I could see that.
Through the years, but now that she's becoming more of an adult, it's just a pleasure to be around her. Hayes is wicked smart and a little more cautious and observant, before jumping into things. A little more prudent in some cases, and I just love the way his mind works. He's hilarious. Both my kids are super funny in really different ways. But Hayes is a little more strategic, a little more goal-oriented, whereas Mia's like fully in the moment. And I love both of those qualities in them separately. So they're both great.
I have this really cute memory of the first time I ever met Hayes. We were having dinner with you and Liz, and this was pre-kids for me, and we were sitting down eating something that was spicy, and Hayes taught my husband and I about Scoville units. That's how they measure the hotness of peppers.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
And we were like, he must have been like 12 at the time. Yeah, we were like, this kid is brilliant. How does he know about this?
I didn't even know about that.
He's so funny.
He's an expert in many fields.
Yeah.
He loves politics. He loves
Finance.
cars. He loves finance.
He told us he had a Robinhood account and was talking to us about
He
his
traded
investing.
stocks early in his elementary school
We were
career.
like, damn.
Yeah. And they're both
That's
really,
awesome.
really athletic, so that's fun because
Yeah.
they go on family vacations and they can ski and
Oh, yeah.
water ski. And
Yeah.
do
Oh
those
yeah,
things.
they get out there and they're competing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys think any of your kids show signs of like going into the medical field? Potentially?
It's probably too early.
Well,
to know.
for you, yeah. If you had to guess.
The only thing I could see my son doing right now is being like a X Games competitor with how daring he is.
Parkour.
You should see him on a bike. He's 3. He rides a bike with pedals and no training wheels, and he tries to jump. We have little jumps like in the trees by our house, and he takes his bike and he'll just throw himself off these jumps. And we're like, okay, well, we probably should have stopped that because he could kill himself. But he's very physically talented, so maybe he'll be in the X Games someday.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
He'll be a trauma surgeon.
Yeah. Better know a good one at least.
Yeah, I know, right? I can sew up the lacerations, but I can't fix the head trauma.
You don't think any of yours will?
My oldest one, I think I was injecting, I think Jared's someone in our kitchen.
Someone pass out.
Oh, Adeline. I mean, you could just see she went white. And I was like, Jared, you want to catch her? There's no way. Absolutely no way. And Ryan was just too. My little one's just too loving, I think. I don't know.
Maybe she could be a pediatrician.
Maybe.
What about you? I don't think Mia, because I know Mia personally. I don't
She's
see
talking
she's
marketing.
Yeah,
I see her being.
She's
I
gonna
think
run
she-
something.
Yeah, she is.
She could be like Dr. Pimple Popper. I think she'd
Yeah.
actually love that because, again, she's fearless and nothing grosses her out, really. But probably not. And then Hayes says it's too much work and not enough money.
Oh,
I
okay.
agree with both of
Yeah. So
Again,
All right. I
he's
love
a
it.
really smart kid.
those. Good summary.
So you guys were talking about being daredevils, and you talked about him and stuff. But you give a little update because you played sports your whole life. What did you play? And like all of you competed and played stuff. Like, give us a little background on all that.
Oh, like everyone's looking at me. Well, I was never a professional athlete, but I competed in figure, which is a branch of bodybuilding. And I did that. I started in college, did that all through medical school. And then when I got into residency, I had to stop because the dieting makes your brain totally dysfunctional. So
Your patients appreciated that.
Yeah.
You had to step
oh my
back.
gosh, it was some of the. But the great thing it did was I've always loved to exercise, and it really increased my my understanding of how to exercise properly, and also the importance of muscle building. So I'm like, my philosophy. I don't know if you guys know Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She's all about muscle health for long-term or for longevity. I believe in that 100%. But it also taught me a lot about nutrition that medical school didn't teach me anything. There was not a nutrition course in medical school. I learned nutrition I had to count my calories and my macros and understand what my metabolism was doing because I had to play with all those things with my trainer, like as we were leading up to the shows and then coming out from the shows. So I got to understand all of that stuff in a very minutely detailed way, but also very functional way that I carry that with me today. So we do have processed food in our house.
I do too.
We say it like it's a bad word.
But
Good
it's been very helpful for being a conscientious parent trying to raise kids with healthy eating habits.
It's such a fine line with kids because I have 2 girls, and because I took care of eating disorders so much, so we talk about protein. We never talk about bad foods. We talk about protein. We talk about just not eating things out of a bag. We talk about things you have to put in a Tupperware instead of a bag. But then sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared I'm going to give him an eating disorder. And I'm like, here, have some sugar. Because it makes me worried. But so I ran from, middle school, high school.
And still are.
Yes.
Yes. I run.
Not
I ran.
I guess I still run. And I played soccer all through college. It was just a small school, but yeah, played soccer. And then yes, I still run. I have my amazing group of girls that we run. There's probably 13 of us, I think, on our little group chat. And you can literally text. I mean, you can text at 10:30 p.m. Sometimes you can text at 4 a.m. You're like, anyone want to run at 5? Sure.
Someone will show up.
Someone will show up, and we pick a spot and pick a number of miles, and it's like therapy and running all together.
That's
no
amazing.
matter the weather. So they don't like rain.
Yeah.
I'll say that,
But
yeah.
snow is fine. Does not rain.
Oh yeah, we'll run
Okay.
in any temperature all year round.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What about you? I know you did football. Did you do anything else?
I mean, growing up, I played all the sports,
Uh-huh.
right, like everybody does. And then it was at a school system where you kind of really had to focus, for the most part, to do well in one sport. So picked football and ended up playing a year in college. And it was just too much of a commitment. I was sort of in a position where I could work my way up to playing, as a junior or senior. But just 8 hours a day, concentrating on football just wasn't a priority for me when I was pre-med and dating and had other interests, and I knew I wasn't going to play in the NFL, so I wasn't getting a scholarship. So that was a great point in life, but it was kind of easy to let it go. And then switched into a bunch of intramurals during college and a lot of outdoor sports, so more adventure type sports.
Yeah, a little too adventurous if you ask me, but whatever. As far as, so here's a question for the surgeons anyway,
Excuse me.
that the patients wanted to know. What is the top celebrity that patients come to you and maybe say, hey, I want a nose like so-and-so, or I want boobs like so-and-so, or I
Great
want,
question.
yeah. Is there a certain celebrity that people ask to emulate
Or not.
or look like?
Yeah, I don't.
Or
Really
not.
I
Or
don't
not.
really get that.
I
Question
don't
a
get
lot.
that very often.
Interesting.
Yeah, I do.
Not
have-
even the Kylie Jenner boobs that are like so famous right now.
So
Like-
people do ask.
Yeah.
Why?
They ask about what dual
Because she went on
plane
and talked
is.
all about it.
What
Yeah.
why are
The
boobs so
size,
special?
the size.
She had
that,
an
well,
all.
Tell
she's
me.
like, I had a boob job, and this is the size I got, and this is the technique they use, and this is this, and this is that, and it's
And
under the
surgeons
muscle, it's
everywhere
dual
are like,
plane.
that's pretty normal.
Yeah,
size.
it's like
It's pretty
all
normal
standard.
technique.
It's
Yeah.
all standard. But she
It's so
acted like
funny.
it was this new thing or whatever, and everyone needed to know about it.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if I'm not in the consult, so I don't know what's talked about. but-
I'm sure. I mean, patients show me inspiration photos, and I'm sure there are themes. I don't really know the celebrities that well,
Yeah.
so I don't. And not that they're showing their face. Usually, they're showing
Yeah.
some feature of their body. So I haven't recognized. No one's really said it by name very often to me.
No, I really like.
Because you would see their faces, because you do more of the facial surgeries,
Yeah.
and they're not showing you noses or jawlines or
No.
anything.
I honestly don't get
Interesting.
that
I'm
very
shocked
often.
by that.
No, usually, actually, the most common thing I get are people bringing in pictures of themselves when they were younger, like for facial rejuvenation.
Interesting.
They'll bring in pictures, and what they'll say is, "This is what I looked like 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Can you tell me what happened and how you can fix it?" And the Kylie Jenner thing.
Yeah.
People just ask, what is the dual plane technique, and is that what you do, and does that make a difference? And a public service announcement, there are lots and lots of plastic surgeons do it that way, and they have for how long has was it the Tebbets paper that
John
outlined
Tebbets out of
dual
Dallas.
plane? When did that paper come out?
No,
15 years ago, 20
more
years
than
ago?
that. Yeah,
It's
30 years ago.
yeah,
So
was
that's
early
pretty
in his career.
standard.
not that special.
But
I mean,
also-
there are lots of there is subglandular and subfascial and full subpectoral and dual plane. Those are all different ways to do it, but I think most surgeons end up somewhere either subfascial or dual plane.
And all those things go in and out of favor, and
Yeah.
implant technologies change, but those everything that kind of has been invented or can be invented has been invented at this point.
Yeah,
but
it's
I also
nothing
think
new.
that in terms of for someone who comes in and actually wants to look like someone else, that's a bit of a red flag,
Yeah.
honestly. So
Mhm.
I think you can have inspiration photos and certain features and things, but someone really wants to look like someone else, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I do encourage people to bring in, because communication, and then we can say the exact same words, but mean things that are very different. So to help with
Yes.
communication, I'll ask people if you could bring in, when you tell me you want something natural, can you show me what that means to you? Because
Right.
that can mean something very different to you
That's right.
than it does to me. And so it just helps. It's not like they're bringing in photos because they wish they looked like someone. They're just bringing it in to help stimulate conversation and make sure we're on the same page with what the expectations are, so that if there is some expectation that I think I might not be able to get them to, per se, I can have that conversation up front so they can either opt to not have surgery or maybe readjust what they're expecting out
Sure.
of the surgery.
Absolutely.
I have seen the inspiration photos, even though I'm not in the consultation.
Mm.
And I love the patients. They're like, I just want summer supernatural. And I look at the inspiration photos, and they're up to their collarbone, and the cleavage is touching, and they're just like, bam, And I'm like, wow, thanks for showing those,
Yeah.
because that is not the direction we were
not
going with that.
You're like, and also that requires a push-up bra.
I'm like, geez, oh, Pete, that's just so funny. And it's so true. Have the photos, because you speak different languages. Because
Yeah.
what's natural for somebody is not
well,
natural.
there's also some things that surgery just can't do.
Yeah.
And so people need to have that understanding
Yeah.
too. Social media is a little deceiving
Yeah.
sometimes, and how
Well,
things can
filters.
be airbrushed, or you can stand
Nothing's
and
real.
pose a certain way, and you can do things to enhance certain parts of your body that surgery didn't do.
Yeah.
There are other things happening at that. So it helps to know that ahead of time too, so that people don't come out afterwards and are expecting something like that they were actually never going to have in the first place.
Have you guys ever gotten is there a doctor in the house in your life? And
Honestly,
had to step
no.
in and do CPR or save a life or do anything crazy?
Not outside of the hospital.
I've had a few airplane incidents
Okay.
where they call for a doctor.
And they're like, "Oh, you're a plastic surgeon. We need a real doctor. Sorry."
I kind of paused for just a moment or two.
You're like,
to see
anyone else?
Waiting if anybody else is going to step in. You even had to step in and impromptu
I've had
go into
sports things,
save
but
life
that's 'cause
mode.
If I'm watching sports and something
Okay.
happens, I kind of have to
I've given the
run.
Heimlich maneuver twice in restaurants.
Oh,
Did it work?
Are you 2 for 2?
It worked?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, you
I'm
saved
trained
two
on
people's
it.
lives.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, you saved lots of
Feel
people's
very
lives
safe.
in your career.
Yeah,
What?
You should. You should. Have a cracker.
No, I'm gonna have some nuts.
Yeah.
Crackers are safe.
we get this question a lot, but what do you guys listen? Music do you like to listen to? And what do you guys listen to in the OR?
I listen to a lot of hip hop in the OR, but smooth hip hop, Russ radio. I like Russ right now. I like Zach Bryan.
Okay.
My son got me into that more. So we ride the country hip hop line a little bit.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this brings me back to
Stacey,
me and
if you're
Jared.
listening, I miss you.
Aw.
We had a scrub tech in the OR that
So
she's
you're
amazing.
rap
And
as
she
well?
would, I would be Dr. Dre and she'd be Eminem. I know every word.
Do we bleep that? We need to bleep that. Bleep that music. That sounds
I would
right.
actually
Nobody
like to hear
cursed.
you rap.
Yeah, there was no inappropriate language
Okay.
during that segment.
That only happens when I'm operating.
What about you?
I mean, I rapped at our wedding.
To what song?
Run this down.
Oh, wow.
Kanye's verse.
Amazing.
It's not
Very nice.
appropriate.
I
Not
love that you did that.
Can you do it right now?
No, I'm not doing it.
I didn't know you
It's
liked
not
rap music.
appropriate. Old school rap. Yeah, like
2000s
Jay-Z.
or earlier than that?
Like all the way back to Run
Because there's like
DMC kind of
80s.
stuff.
Run DMC, Tupac.
Okay.
Biggie Smalls.
Oh yeah,
Dr. Dre.
yeah. That's like, but I don't.
What was
listen
Dr.
to
Dre's
that now.
group?
NWA.
Yeah, how do we explain
Yeah.
that to our children?
Thank you.
I don't. I'm like, you can't listen to this, children. I am actually mostly Christian and country. So that's what I do.
In the car.
With
but,
a healthy
yeah.
dose of old school.
Well, when Jared and I are on a date now,
Rap.
we're like, old playlist.
What
I
about
love
like
it.
a favorite concert have you guys been to?
Mm.
You've been to a lot with your kids, I know. Have you?
That's a great question. Man, it's been a long time since I've been to a concert.
My first-
favorite concert of all time was probably the Stones in the Shoe.
Oh, that's fun.
So that's good.
Yeah, I was kind of blown away. Wasn't expecting a whole lot, and they're amazing. And also, actually, just went to the Zach Bryan concert in South Bend at Notre Dame Stadium just a couple weekends ago,
That's
and that
fun.
blew me away. Beautiful, full stadium. Shane Gillis opened for him, and the sun went down, and the full moon came up, and everybody was going crazy. It was till midnight. It was pretty cool.
Shane Gillis is great.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
He's a funny man.
I
You
mean,
haven't been?
favorite concert.
Or your first concert?
My first concert was a Christian concert when I was very young. Amy Grant before she went.
Amy Grant.
We're talking like old school Amy Grant.
Wow,
Old,
crazy,
old.
crazy.
Was that awesome?
Pre-Christmas music.
You were up till like 10 that
Oh,
night?
yeah.
I
It
know.
was like-
9:30.
It was Christian Amy Grant.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been like the girls love music, so we've been to a lot of different concerts. But Jared and I have been to OAR, we've been to Dave Matthews. Just I don't know. Eagles that was a good concert.
Ooh,
you know all
that'd
the
be
words.
good.
Yeah. Garth Brooks I saw like high school, and then I saw again when I was 39 weeks pregnant with Adeline.
Oh, nice.
Like
That's
sing all
fun.
the words, that kind of thing. But yeah, I told you I'm taking Rylan to see Ann Wilson in like 2 weeks, so she's excited.
That'll be fun. What about you?
I'm racking my brain here. I didn't go to a lot of just like one-person concerts. My sister and I did a lot of festivals when we were growing up. And we were always chasing around the Red Hot Chili Peppers because that was our favorite band. When we were
And you grew up in Reno, which is a pretty cool, different place to grow up.
Yeah.
So,
Like the bands that came through were like Incubus,
Oh, yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, like
Nice.
Sublime, that kind of stuff. Like that was all of the California surf culture bled over into where I grew up. So that was what we grew up with too. And I guess it was kind of like snowboard culture. I was a part of snowboard culture growing up. So
That's
that was
fun.
kind of
Awesome.
like, so probably our favorite show that we went to was Coachella. That was always fun.
That's
Nice.
fun.
Not Burning Man, huh?
I've never been to Burning Man. My parents wouldn't let us, which
You should take your
I
pot
agree with
carrot
that.
cake. That'd be amazing.
It would.
Yeah.
I'd be
You'd
famous.
sell out.
I'd be famous.
Yeah.
She's gonna sell it. At
You
the
know,
And then coffee the next morning.
we see enough naked bodies. I'm okay.
My first concert was Cool and the Gang when I was 9 at Little Sibs Weekend at Miami.
Oh, nice.
And the lady next to me, who was like a grandma, was smoking weed the entire concert. And I was 9, had no idea what it was.
You're like,
But
"Oh,
I
it
think
smells
my
bad."
favorite
It's just
concert was
fun.
probably Billy Joel and Elton John. They were really good.
Oh, that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
they were really good. What about, like, I know you guys, well, I know travel-wise, that's a question we get or got. Like, where is your favorite, like, place to travel to or have traveled to or want to travel to? Haven't been to yet.
You're probably the most
you're the
well-traveled
most
of us.
Well, then you guys, where do you want to go? Because you have little ones and you guys are younger kiddos.
One piece of advice I will say, my wife and I sat down. She was good about this. She wanted to be strategic about where we took our kids on vacation by the time they kind of graduated from high school and left our house, and we're kind of, you know, and I think they'll come back and we'll still vacation with one another, but that's really the first 18 years is when you have a captive audience. You
Yeah.
can introduce them to the things you want to expose them to. So we were sort of strategic about that.
Is there
What
one
was your
place
favorite
that you
place
loved?
to take your family?
I mean, I think overall we would all say our favorite trip was to Africa. And safari in Africa is just a wild, literally and figuratively wild experience. But we had fun in Costa Rica and heli skiing in British Columbia, and we've done.
You guys
some
scuba
fun
dive. You do a lot of
adventures.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Is there a place you want to go to or have been?
My little one, if you ask her where she wants to go, by far it is Africa.
Fun.
By far. She talks about it often.
So many people are going there recently. I feel like Italy and Africa are like the places in the last year or two that everyone is going to that I know.
Well, my older one wants to go to Paris. Like this is the difference between the two. Very different.
I love it.
My favorite place to vacation is Lake Tahoe.
Nice.
I've told my husband, if I die young, I want my ashes there because that's where I want my soul to rest. And I'd like to travel to Monaco someday.
Oh, why there?
It's beautiful.
Just because?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
beautiful.
Very cool. What, as far as, like, have you ever received, like, what's your favorite gift you've ever received? Do you have one in particular? These are all questions I have from the people want to know.
My favorite gift that I receive from patients is just a thank you or a story about how their surgery changed their life. Like
Anyone in
the
particular?
little things, because once people walk out the door, we don't know how, if we impact them at all aside from what they look like in the moment that we're in the room looking
Right.
at incisions and things. And so just to hear, I went clothes shopping and I love the way my jeans fit now, or a patient who went on a date and said, I don't feel like the guys stare at my nose anymore when I go on dates. Like just
Very true.
those little things are like, that's what keeps you learning more and getting better, because you want to be able to help people with those things that they're not necessarily telling everyone, but they'll every once in a while let you in on them.
I love it.
So patient gift, I was in Wisconsin and I had this older gentleman. I worked just outside of Madison, but the people that I saw thought they were like way outside Madison. They were like, we're not going to go to the big city of Madison. It was only 35 minutes, but so I had a patient who was telling me about his hunting trip, this older guy, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. He was telling me about, I don't know what he did, whatever he did with his venison. And I was like, that sounds delicious. So he literally went home, came back and brought me deer bacon and deer brats. The best
That's amazing.
meat I have ever had.
Really?
Yes.
That was really
Yes.
thoughtful.
Nice.
And then when I left Ohio Health, I had a patient who she sewed me like a prayer quilt.
Oh, that was
Oh,
nice.
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Home baked goods.
We get those a lot.
No,
from
I've
patients.
never had any home baked goods that I was like,
Yeah.
These are questionable.
Never-
They're always
never
so,
turned down a
they're
baked
always
Our
so
patients
good.
bring us good baked goods for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Is yours the sequin pillow
Especially
with your face on it?
Sammy. You know who you are.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I got a blown up version of my face on a pillow.
Yep.
It was kind.
That's
I
amazing.
think you got a bobblehead.
I've had a bobblehead of myself in a white coat. I've had my face on socks, which was unique.
That's fun.
Christmas socks with my face on
Oh,
it.
that's cool.
Kind of rocking the Santa vibe anyway.
Yeah, I love it.
I think our patients have introduced us to cool stuff, like parlor donuts I'd never had. I think
Oh,
before a
yeah.
patient brought
Yep.
that.
Those are amazing.
Even crumble cookie. I think the very first time I ever had that was
Tiger Cub
We
cookies.
get
Can we
so
throw out
many-
other things that we want to have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. I had a
It's
patient.
so yummy.
I had a patient who was a bourbon distributor who brought me a rare,
Did he
bottle
bring
of
you
bourbon,
something? I remember him.
which
Oh,
was really
nice.
cool. So
I
yeah.
said when I met him, I go, he may barter for bourbon. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I think it's on the table.
It's kinda nice.
It's so funny the gifts people will bring in for a guy Like I can't imagine anyone like giving one of us a pair of socks with our.
No, that's true.
But we get baked goods.
I mean, I did get bacon.
Oh, true. True.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Newski's bacon?
What?
I think Newski's is up in Wisconsin.
No, he like killed the deer.
Oh, he
and
did
had it
himself.
processed
Okay.
and
Wow.
brought me the
Yeah,
bacon.
That's next level.
That's amazing.
Next question. What your ideal day starts with what and ends with what? So how do you guys usually plan out your days? What do they look like? I know you guys are early birds, all of you, which I cannot relate to. So
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say all of our days
are probably the
ideal days
same,
probably
right?
Start with the same couple of things.
You're definitely meditation.
No, exercise.
Go right back to sleep.
Weston hates
No,
She's
meditating.
joking. Can you picture me meditating every
No.
morning?
Oh no.
I roll out of bed and do yoga. And roll right back into bed.
No, seriously, what do you do?
Mine
Speak
does
up.
start with yoga. I start with a yoga routine that goes into a strength routine that goes into a cardio routine.
That's
So
amazing.
that's how I start every morning, and I have a hard time starting if I don't. I wake up an hour before I need to leave my house, so it kind of depends on the surgical schedule or the clinical schedule.
You can do yoga, strength, cardio, and get ready in an hour.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
and then usually
Takes
I'll
me an hour just to
Gotta be
work
more
out.
efficient.
I'll have a cup of chai recently. I've switched from coffee to chai. It's less caffeine, makes me feel better. Or a smoothie, and sometimes I'll fix breakfast for my son now at this point, or used to be my kids if there was still time. And then it ideally would end typically with just something quiet, just reading or something that helps me settle, go to bed.
What do you like to read?
I like nonfiction. I like historical stuff, philosophical stuff.
Do you have a favorite book? Because you're a literature major.
Not really.
Not really. What about you? Same. You're running.
Yeah. And then I would like to lift with my girlfriends. And then I would like quiet, like devotional time with coffee.
In the morning?
And everyone's still sleeping. Never happens. I always wake up. Yeah, in the morning. And then at night, so I like spending time with my husband, but he was gone on this long camping trip, and I was just me and the girls.
Yeah.
And we just loaded into our bed, and we just
Aww.
slept together every night. We watched some kind of girly movie. I mean, I busted out what's the Jennifer Lopez, my gosh, Made in Manhattan.
Oh, so
we
good.
watched that, all those old
That's
movies.
so good.
Oh my gosh, we
Very
bust out
cute.
Sandra Bullock movies.
Like Miss Congeniality?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, and that other,
Yeah, the one with
the one where
Melissa
the guy was
McCarthy.
sleeping.
No.
And she pulled him off the tree.
Oh,
What is it
yeah.
called?
You know what I'm talking about?
And he has amnesia.
While you were sleeping.
Yeah, while you were sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah.
They love that.
Isn't the joke that
That's-
Sandra Bullock's never been in a good movie? Isn't that the joke?
No way.
I think so.
What's the one with Melissa McCarthy? The Heat?
Oh, that's
so good.
That is so funny.
So
The Heat
great
is
Sandra Bullock
amazing.
movie,
That
and
is
Melissa
so funny.
McCarthy
I
is
love it.
genuinely hysterical.
Yes, she is.
It is.
I
genuinely
cry
hysterical.
in that
Yes,
movie.
that
every
is a
time I
really good
watch
one.
it.
I think she has a lot of good movies.
Okay. No. Great.
You know, right at my level. I love
Yeah,
that.
maybe not movies you
Well, it
watch.
sounded like fighting words when I
Yeah.
saw you look over at me.
I don't need to watch them with you.
I can't name a Sandra Bullock movie, so it's
What about you?
It would start with the ideal day or my actual one?
No, your
I think they-
ideal.
I think
Yeah.
they start pretty similar.
Yeah, my ideal day starts with and ends with.
Starts with a really great weightlifting session and a cup of coffee and quiet, and ends with my kids and my husband on the porch reading a book and hanging in our rocking chairs. We have like those hanging hammock chairs
Oh,
out on our
nice.
front porch, and at night you can hear the freeway all the time except late at night. And then it gets very quiet in
Oh,
Powell,
that's
and it's so
nice.
peaceful. It's amazing. You just hear the crickets.
So you said, I forget where I heard it. Maybe on social media, that you roast coffee.
That'd be surprising. I don't do a lot on social media, but
I
yeah,
know, but
I
I
do roast
think-
coffee.
Why have we not drank it?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Why
I'll
don't you
have to bring
bring
you
us
some of
some
my
coffee?
hummus.
Do you still use a popcorn machine, or did you actually?
No, we
buy a
graduated
roaster?
from
Okay.
we graduated from that. We don't have like a
She used to.
huge. Yeah, that was how I started in residency. I bought one of those air popper popcorn machines, but there was a specific one you had to buy, and it was vintage because otherwise, the chaff catches on fire and it just like blows
that's a
flaming
problem.
coffee
Glad
beans
you
all over your house.
Said
I'm
that
glad
'cause
you
I have
said
air
that.
popper, I would've for
Yeah,
sure thrown
don't do
some
that.
beans
It
in
has to have, the bottom can't just blow air straight from the bottom. It has to have one of the ones that's vented around the sides and actually blows the beans in a circle.
Mm.
Oh,
So
I wanna
like a
try
there's
like
an
a
old
cocktail
air
machine.
popper. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's how I started doing that when I was in residency, because there was this coffee shop in Dayton that just had like the best coffee ever. And I could not fathom spending $25 as a resident on like a small bag of coffee beans. So I was trying to recreate that, which I successfully did.
So where do you buy the beans you roast?
I
Sweet
successfully
Maria's
did.
online.
Sweet Maria's.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Sweet Maria's. Who does that? Like, who's
That's the name of the company, and they source green beans all over the world.
on it?
And so my husband and I, we upped our game and we actually bought a like tabletop roaster that you can do a pound of beans in. And someday we would like to have a real like fancy coffee roaster that has like analytics that you can put on your computer and like look at roast times and temperatures and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But we don't have the time to put into that right now. So we're opting not to because it like very easy becomes this like obsessive dive into things that one or both of us will do.
I'm happy to taste any.
I'll bring you some. Yeah, I need to do that.
Have you been on a coffee tour? Have you done, like we did in Costa Rica, like a coffee farm where they do their roasting and they sell the...
We've done some of that,
kind
but
of farm to
we
table.
just go, like whenever we go to new cities, we'll go to places where they roast and we'll try out their coffees. But like the coffee festival here in Columbus, that's probably the best way to
Mhm.
go on a coffee tour.
Love it.
Okay, guilty pleasure reality show. We all watched all of them. So not reality show, but like not reality show. Chuck that. Like just guilty pleasure binge watching show.
I like all the Taylor Sheridan stuff.
Yeah,
Pretty
right?
much all
They're
of it.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of became famous from Yellowstone, which is actually one of my least favorite. I like the others, Mayor of Kingstown and Lioness and
I haven't watched either of those.
Landman. And
Love Landman. That's my favorite.
all,
So
they're
good.
all-
November, I
Awesome
think,
movies.
is the new one.
Can you guys just send me a text with his
Oh,
name?
they're so good.
I just don't
You would
know.
love Landman.
Mhm.
It's like whatever my kids happen to be watching. And
Lord
then
Bob Thornton.
Yeah, so good.
I'll try.
So good. It's
So
funny.
right now it's Gilmore Girls.
Oh gosh.
I'm a 12-year-old.
What do you watch? Anything?
I don't really watch a ton of TV, so I would probably have to say I'm stuck like 10 years ago in Game of Thrones. I could rewatch that over and over
I've watched
again.
rewatched it 3 times.
So have I. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm not the only one.
Rewatched it 3
I love
times.
Game of Thrones.
Yep.
But I'm on a book series right now, the Fourth Wing series. It's fantasy, which is not a genre that I usually
You told me about
read.
this. Yeah.
And I'm absolutely hooked on the books. It's
Interesting.
like my sister said, it's reality TV in a book form.
I love it. Did you do Game of Thrones at all or no? Were you a Game of Thrones
No.
person? Oh, it's so good.
I'm
It's
watching
so
The Wire
good.
right now, though.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going back and watching The Wire.
The Wire. I know there's
Yeah.
a girl I know that's on that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
good.
didn't know you were a Game of Thrones fan.
Oh my gosh, yes. Well, it's funny. I rewatched it 3 times because I would meet people that hadn't watched it, and I'd have to watch it with them because I had to like experience it with them, and I'd be like, "You have to watch it," and I'd want to see every episode. And
Well, and every time
it
you
was
catch
so
something
good
new,
because the names are difficult and
Yeah.
it's complex because there's 7 kingdoms. I feel like you would love it. There's 7 kingdoms.
I know
and
all the stuff.
I'm telling you,
My
like-
wife and kids got way into it, and we were just in Dubrovnik, Croatia, and actually, out of respect for my family, I signed them up for the Game of Thrones tour.
Oh,
in
nice.
Dubrovnik.
That was so
You can
kind of
see
you.
all the castles and
Yeah.
the walls and the moats and
King's Landing
we
was
lasted
there, I
about 10
believe.
minutes, and we all left the tour in the middle of the tour.
It was,
great.
I feel like you would love it. The first episode, I think they try to like grab you with like a lot of kind of pushing the
Gore.
envelope stuff, a lot of stuff that you're like, okay, it's a little much. But I think it was to get people talking, and then it kind of goes into like less of that, which is good.
I saw the last couple of episodes, like literally that's the last 2
Whoa.
episodes, so I feel like I've gotten the whole thing. I
What?
just skipped right to the end. It was
Oh
great.
my gosh,
It's
they
phenomenal.
missed
She's like, her heart is
everything.
hurt.
It's wonderful.
Oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
missed all the
You
best parts.
you missed the best villain in all of TV.
Which one do you think? There's a lot in there. Ramsey?
No.
Friedrich?
I mean,
Not
Ramsey's
Frederick.
pretty bad, but no.
Frederick?
The White Walker, the head White
No,
Walker.
the young
See, I know
kid.
this
What?
stuff.
Why can't it? Joffrey.
Yeah.
Or Joffrey. Why did I say Frederick? That's what I meant.
I don't know, but
Was
he's
it Frederick?
The good
he's
dragon, the
so
bad dragon.
Yeah,
apparently
Joffrey is terrible.
he did an interview. I don't know how I ended up watching this interview, but he talked about how out in public he was such a hated villain
He's
that
awful.
people would scream at him and throw things at him in public. I don't know. I hope
he's
that still doesn't happen, but
awful.
he was like,
it was such
you
a
wanna
good show,
kill
though.
him.
It was such a good show. I rewatched it so
yeah,
many times.
they build like some serious characters in that.
I'm glad you loved it so much.
Does anyone need a refill? You good?
We can just edit out all
You do?
of
Which one do you
Gary and I nerding out about games.
I guess
Try
this
the
one's
cab.
the one that's
Try
open.
The cab.
The cab? Okay, wait.
Sir Bordeaux. what's
Cab
your-
right here.
Great.
Which one you wanted in? This one?
Yeah, just a taste of carrot.
Just a taste. Tell me when.
To the good, thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing. Thank you.
I would have done a healthier pour than that.
Ooh, so
Does
I have
anyone-
a follow-up question to the
Yeah.
TV
Yeah.
series question. What podcasts are you guys watching? Sorry, listening to. I suppose you can watch most podcasts nowadays.
You can watch ours.
Yes, you can.
I'm going back through a lot of the Tim Ferriss podcasts right now because he's got such great guests and I think he asks great questions. That's what I'm kind of hooked on. I only listen to podcasts when I mow the lawn.
Okay.
And I only
that's
started
funny.
mowing the lawn during COVID. I grew up mowing the lawn, then I went through a long period of time when I didn't mow the lawn. I was in the hospital all day. And then during COVID, I had time, so I went back to mowing the lawn. It's pretty gratifying, actually. I kind of like it. Helps me be like more tied to my property somehow. And we don't have a huge lawn, which is nice.
Lovely. Did you want another
I'm
wine?
okay,
You're good?
thank you.
Okay. Do you listen to any podcasts?
Uh-huh.
What?
I have to because my patients always have questions from them. So I listen to Huberman and I listen to Peter Attia and I listen to Dutch podcasts and Carrie Fitzgerald and
Dutch podcasts?
the Dutch. Yeah,
Oh.
they have good stuff. And I recommend patients listen to it, so I need to know what I'm recommending. So I have to listen to it. And then I listen to Leadership Podcast, which I just started. I probably need to listen to business podcasts. A lot of podcasts. I just listen while I drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, and while I cook.
I should do that. I drive enough, that's for sure.
Yeah. What about you? What podcast do you listen to?
I have a smattering of like
Smattering.
similar-
smattering.
What a great word. I should use that word more often.
A potpourri, a cornucopia.
I like
cornucopia. I have a cornucopia. Like
Plethora.
kind of similar stuff to the functional. Peter Attia, Huberman, Sean Ryan, and there's a bunch of plastic surgery podcasts that go over like our literature and round tables on different topics and stuff. So,
You know, like the typical ones that everybody listens to.
well,
Plastic
it's
technique.
actually I'm glossing over it because for most people it would probably bore them to death.
Okay, so here are a couple patient questions. Who would win in an arm wrestling match, Donaldson or Sieffert?
Oh, they can just, why not do it?
I'm okay.
Submitted via
She's
Instagram.
She's like, I don't want to hurt him.
And
Our hands are important, and mine need to be in perfect fighter shape this week.
Yeah, true. And did you get a new pair of shoes? Another
Oh my
question
God.
that
Yes, I did.
everyone. You did?
I did.
What'd you get?
The ones that the little ones that flash, those Adidas. that
Like
flashed in
the kids ones when you step and they light up.
No, not literally. They flash. I think
They flash.
I think Jillian put
No,
a,
on the social media, they went over there.
Oh,
put like a
gotcha.
screen. What is it? Like a screen and screen
Gotcha.
picture of them.
I love it. So for
And
those
I
that don't know, we were at a retreat and Dr. Sieffert's shoes had holes on the bottom.
Everyone
and on
thought
the
I
top.
stepped in dog poo.
Yeah.
I knew it was the cork.
I actually didn't realize when I got home.
It
I
looks
looked
like
at it.
Yeah.
If you bend them a little bit, that goes all the way through.
More importantly,
side.
anybody can buy new shoes. More importantly, did you throw out the old ones? And I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing no.
Yeah.
No, I washed them
Exactly.
You washed them?
and then I put them in my gym bag.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
If you work out in those shoes,
They have the
Seriously?
perfect zero rise soles.
Make sure your tetanus is up. Make sure your tetanus
you
is
might
up
as
to
well
date.
just go barefoot. And
Make
also,
sure your tetanus
don't
is
talk
up.
to me for a favor. I don't want to examine
So
them.
I
I'm not doing
created my
anything for
very
you.
own Converses.
something to like,
Oh my God.
so I can answer a question for you, like something that patients don't know about you. which I asked earlier. You're very frugal, clearly. To an extreme.
I guess to the,
Except when it comes to coffee beans.
Yeah, except to coffee.
But even
shoes.
it's less expensive to do that than
Oh,
it is
there we
buy
go.
her own. She
To
doesn't go to
buy
Starbucks.
from
Yeah,
Starbucks.
she makes her own.
That's amazing. I totally agree.
Of course, if you bill it out at that surgical rate,
Yeah.
it'd probably be a lot
Yeah.
higher.
Well, I'm not the roaster right now.
Okay.
My husband is the roaster right now because I usually am running after
Well, if you bill it at
toddlers.
the ophthalmologic rate, it'd still be higher.
Yeah. True story.
All right, so we're gonna do a little bit of this or that. So you have to like pick one thing or the other.
Got it.
They both might not be great, but you have to pick the better of the two.
Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Would you prefer a dramatic fainting patient or a chatty patient? So fainting patient, chatty patient.
Chatty.
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 Chatty. Would you prefer medical school debt or residency exhaustion?
Residency
We had both.
exhaustion.
Both. I picked both. check.
Exhaustion.
Yeah, is it terrible? I can't even imagine. You said you would work 36-hour shifts.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely get used to it. And I think, I mean,
I can't imagine getting used to it.
And I had a patient I had to help in the middle of the night just a week or two ago, and you know, you've done it. So
Yeah.
I think you have to kind of do it all in order to be ready for anything.
That's crazy.
The debt's real, and I think that's I was lucky to not be as kind of confined by that as a lot of my friends and colleagues, and that's a tough thing to overcome.
Yeah.
It's funny though, people will ask like, what would you rather, like have to go pee real bad and get to pee, have to sleep, like really tired and get to sleep, super hungry and get to eat. And I think anyone who went through residency can tell you the answers. Always sleep.
I was going to say sleep. Without having
Always
gone through
sleep.
it, I was going to say sleep out of those three things.
You don't have to eat.
I don't know.
just
You may
need
not want to
sleep.
miss lunch.
I mean, I've fallen
I don't
asleep
miss
at red
peeing
lights.
either.
I've fallen asleep at red lights just driving home.
Yeah, I mean, of those three, your UTI will kill you the fastest.
Yeah, we used to talk about sleep units, and basically 3 hours was a full sleep unit. An hour and a half was an acceptable sleep unit. So we used to think if you got 2 sleep units, an hour and a half was a sleep unit. If you got 2 sleep units, which amounted to 3 hours, you're good. And a shower would count as 1 sleep unit.
Do you sleep in the shower?
What-
Is it
So
like,
if you got
is
a
it
shower
like,
and an hour and a half of sleep,
This
you're
is
good.
just some kind of weird.
but is it like the TV shows
It's a
where there's like,
surgical thing.
like a room with bunk
So it
beds
doesn't
in
make
it that
any
you would
sense.
sleep? Where did
No,
you
call
sleep?
rooms usually just have one bed.
Like
in
just like a
them.
cot?
Yeah, and it's like doors that
And your phone's
You
right
can
next to your
walk
head, so you
Yeah.
nod off, and then it
Your pagers.
wakes you up.
Yeah.
nurse.
Yeah, they tuck
Yeah,
you
so
away in the hospital where nobody can find you.
Nurse would call you because the sodium's 121. Which is,
Has there ever been like
They're
a...
like, let's go.
Because I mean, we're all in Grey's Anatomy era. Let's face it; it's still on. I just saw like advertising, like the bazillionth season with Meredith Grey at the helm still, and I'm like, geez, this is still playing. But like, how close is that to reality? And did you guys ever experience anything crazy during your medical school or residency? Like, you know, you've seen the guy in Grey's Anatomy come with a pole through his chest and like he's alive and he's talking to you and you have to like, did you ever see anything crazy like that you had to like be part of or
Well, for
witness
just for kind
or
of perspective, as plastic surgeons, like the more crazy and unbelievable the injury, the more likely the plastic surgeon is going to end up involved.
Uh-huh.
So, like extremities missing, poles through people, like we have seen those kind of things.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
We had a patient who was on a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
It was like off-road. It's not like they were on a go-kart track. And he somehow got in an accident. Well, he was straddling the pole that came up and dismembered his member.
Oh,
Ouch.
geez. Oh, that poor guy. That's terrible.
They called him plastics.
yeah.
Yep. The crazier it looks, the more you need to call a plastic surgeon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They call the plastic surgeon the surgeon because usually if a traditionally trained surgeon who's focused on one thing can't figure it out, then the plastic surgeon's kind of the catch-all innovator, creative thinker who can problem solve around principles.
Like
when it comes to
taking
anatomy.
things from other places to make it look like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, back to this or that. So this is funny because this is so true because I'm one of those friends, so I apologize in advance. But diagnosing friends at parties or avoiding saying what you do.
Which would we rather?
Yeah. If you had to pick one, diagnosing friends at parties or just not trying to avoid telling people what you do.
Generally, I avoid telling people what
Yeah.
I like to blend in.
Me too.
Yeah.
Or I'll make something up on the fly.
What do you
I'm a
make
coffee
up?
roaster.
What's your go-to occupation?
I do hair.
You're not.
I love
You're
it.
not a
You just lie.
carrot cake baking
You're not a carrot cake
hot
baker? Yeah.
dealer.
No,
A
'cause
coffee barista?
there might be more like questions
Oh,
about
follow-up.
something like that I can't answer.
I don't know. Hair could go deep. They could ask you a lot of questions. What do you think? Should I go blonde? Should I?
Generally, people ask that.
I think I know so many doctors who kind of that, like being a doctor or being a surgeon is their entire persona, and I've always resisted that.
Yeah, me too.
I agree. I mean, I've witnessed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I just tell them I stay home with my kids.
I don't like to diagnose at parties, but you
So you
always
just-
have to diagnose at parties,
I
and
know.
they know what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
So see, I can't get out of your question.
I know.
Either way, I have to diagnose people at
I know.
parties.
I know. So here's a non-medical question. If you could have a rewind button on life or a pause button on life, which would you pick? You could pause life or rewind it.
Like live where we are right now.
Like whatever you choose. If you're in some moment and you just want to pause it, if you had the privilege of doing that or just going back, what would you choose?
Neither.
What would you choose? This
Just keep going.
status quo?
Just keep going.
What would you do?
I'm in a really good season right now, so I think
Pause.
I would pick pause.
I
Yeah.
think so too.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I would just
I would
pause
pick
it to
pause,
capture
too.
my
Mhm.
kids.
There's no
as
point in
toddlers.
rewinding, I feel like.
Yeah.
What's that going to really do?
Yeah.
If you had to pick between like mountains or ocean to be around,
That's so hard.
what would you pick? You're going to say, I feel like mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My kids want me to say beach. My husband wants me to say mountains.
Well,
What would
say
you
what
say?
you want to say.
Landlocked suburb.
Cityscape, concrete buildings.
I think I would do mountains right now.
Okay.
Mountains.
Really? Nice. Would you rather be the funniest person in the room or the smartest?
Funniest.
Both.
I already am the smartest.
You can't say both.
You can have
you
both
pick
because I
pause-
would
you-
say neither.
What would you say?
Prettiest.
Most badass.
I want to be.
I want to have the best
I
body.
want to be the most. Yeah, I want to be the buffest person. You do that. That wasn't one of the choices.
It's not really hard though.
Yeah, true.
Definitely
True
not, but
statement.
I would love to be. So you can have both of those if you want them.
You wouldn't be either or both? You said both?
I was teasing.
Oh.
That's a hard one. I don't relate to that question.
Well, who, if you had to pick a quality to be in a room, would you have one?
I mean, I suppose I'd rather be smart than funny. So
Okay. I love that. Well, there's your answer.
Yeah.
So, I would say the same thing. I'd rather be smart than funny. Would you rather relive your favorite day? Can anybody think of like a favorite day, like comes to mind to them, like in your life? Or skip your worst day?
Skip my worst.
yeah, skip
Yeah.
my worst.
100%.
Really?
Mm.
Is there a worst day that comes to mind?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to. Is there one that comes to mind? Would you rather relive your best or skip your worst?
Man, that's such a hard question. I can't really think of like a horrible day that I would never go back and relive. And I think you learn so much from your bad days that it'd be hard to skip the ones that were the worst because you probably grew the most in that phase of life. So I don't know. I'd probably relive my best day.
I love that. Would you like to trade places with your childhood self or trade places for a day with your future self?
Ooh. That's a good question. Because you could, if you did your future self, you could live today because you already know the future.
Yeah.
True.
Or could you go back in the past and
Have
fix
like,
some bad decisions
yeah.
you made? Because I wish I could go through the past.
are there things
knowing
you
the
would
future.
change in the past?
Yeah.
There are.
Oh yeah, we all made dumb decisions.
1,000,000%, yeah.
But so I guess I would say future self.
Yeah, I'll join you there. future self.
I think,
Future?
unless it really blows, then I don't want to do that. And I pick neither.
But then you know, and so
I'm better just
Yeah, you might live
oblivious.
today differently.
Yeah.
What would your answer be?
I wouldn't necessarily change anything. So I would, out of curiosity, more future, because I already know my past.
I can't imagine what the future of medicine's like.
Mm.
I feel like it's going to be
Robots.
crazy, scary in a way.
Robots and AI.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is kind of interesting when I heard this one. So be known for one incredible moment. So we're talking like, Olympic gold medalists, or would you rather have that experience, like being known for one incredible moment in your life, or a lifetime of quiet impact?
Quiet impact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think of this question a little bit differently, actually. Sort of growing up and been interviewing for my alma mater for college, we talk about like people who are well-rounded, sort of Renaissance people who get along well with others and know a lot about a lot of different things, versus people who sell themselves wholesale into one singular commitment in life.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the history books, the people who really make the mark, who you read about, kind of sold out. Generally, they're not well-rounded people. They did one thing really, really well and made their impact on the world that way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably more important historically, but I've always trended towards personally and associating with other people who are a little more well-rounded and kind of have a balance and a grasp on a lot of different things. So
I also feel like
I figured you guys would all answer that way.
silent impact, I feel like you have an impact on many, many different people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's also easier to plan around having a silent impact on many people.
Yeah.
Most people can't have a singular impact in
Yeah.
a huge explosive way unless you invent something or do something really extraordinary, which often can't be planned around.
Yeah. What do you guys think you'll do, like, once you are done with medicine, you retire? What's
I
your
wanna be a
game
golf
plan?
cart girl.
Golf cart girl? Okay.
Well,
That's your
it's a really
waitress
fun-
mentality. You want to be busy. You want to be serving others. You want to be, like, going around.
I want to get back to golf, but I don't think I'll ever retire totally.
Yeah. You won't, like, teach or...
Yeah,
I could
I'll
see you
always work,
teaching.
though.
I could see you teaching
Okay.
or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
I really, really love what I do.
What about you? You're the closest between these guys
Oh, wow.
to
Thank you.
retirement.
That's her nice
I mean,
way
I'm
of
just
saying
saying.
you're the oldest.
Wow.
I mean, we're the same
You are
age, so...
big.
I think it's her way of saying
right
we're
to
like
the heart of
professional
things.
athletes
I
and we
know.
have a more limited sort of lifespan.
What are you gonna do
because we work
during
with our
retirement?
hands.
I don't think that's what she was saying at all, but
That's how I interpreted it.
it would be how you would.
I want to travel. I want to travel specifically to where my kids are and what they're
Yeah.
doing. I want to continue to do adventures. I don't think I'll have a problem being retired and
Yeah.
being active and just having more time with friends and family.
I love it. I had to ask this just because of Weston. If you had to pick between weightlifting or yoga,
Weightlifting.
which already kind of came up, so it kind of defeated the purpose of, like, because I knew you'd have a visceral response to yoga. So
Can I ask you a question? Or there's a lot of questions about, is Pilates considered strength training? Does Pilates build muscle?
Pilates builds core strength and does great things for your bones around spine and hip. I would not consider that weightlifting. I tell my patients that doesn't count. They don't like when I say that.
So someone going from sedentary to doing Pilates, they're going to gain some
Oh, yes.
muscle starting.
Going
there,
from
right?
sedentary to doing anything has the biggest impact for longevity, for health.
Okay.
Going from nothing to anything. I
So
don't care
people
what
aren't
it is.
wrong in some circumstances when
Not
they
at
say
all.
Pilates is a
Not-
muscle building exercise.
Yes, not at all.
But of
Because
course,
if you
it's
have
not
no
like
muscle,
progressive resistance training is the only thing that really.
That
gets
is the
muscle
goal.
retirement.
So like when people say, when I'm like, oh, how many days do you do resistance training? And they say 2 days of Pilates. I'm like, okay, let's add a day of weightlifting.
I feel like Pilates is icing on the cake. Like if you're really active, multiple days a week. Ply is a great way to prevent injury, to kind of tie everything together, to work on joints, to work on the things that kind of keep you active.
I'm not by any stretch hating on Pilates either.
No, Pilates
anything
is
that
great.
anything that gets people moving, honestly, is great. But that is just it's a contention, I guess, among the nerds that I talk to.
I think it's great too. Is there anything, so we're kind of wrapping up, is there anything you guys want people to know that, and obviously this part's not going to be in it, but we'll include it, but like me asking you this, is there anything you guys want to put out there for like the world to hear about you that they might not know? As
I want
just
people to know
Jeff,
that
Marguerite,
Sieffert
and
sometimes
Michelle?
braids people's hair.
Oh yeah. So
Like,
yeah,
that would be my what do
I
I
can
want
tell you
people to know,
this.
I'm gonna
Yes.
say that.
Okay. Yes, this is true.
I don't know what I'll say about you. You wear nice clothes.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Well, I'm not totally sure how you sum up someone's kindness, but
Yeah.
if I could think of something, I feel like every single meal train for someone who like has something going on in their life, you're at the head of that meal train always. And it just, I'm always like, Dr. Weston has no time to do things like that. She has the biggest heart that she's always like heading up the meal trains for everybody's lives.
Okay.
It's amazing. You care a lot about
Cooking
people.
sucks.
But I
Cooking
think
does
at the
suck.
heart,
And
you
it's
care
a
a ton
beautiful
about
gift to give
people.
someone.
It is. It's the nicest gift you can give someone is to cook them a healthy home cooked meal.
Yes.
You did that for me when both my kids were born. I was just, it's just the most amazing and the most delicious thing. So Dr. Weston has a huge heart. Everyone should know that.
And you braid people's hair.
And I braid people's hair.
I mean, while they like after they had
I'm a
surgery,
hairstylist.
but that is so. Yeah, you're not lying.
I'm not lying.
But that's just such.
I can do braids.
It's like a tender thing, like a tender moment.
I just
I would be mad if I was under anesthesia. I love when people touch my hair. I'd be like, wake me up for it.
Well, I just feel like if I woke up
I
from
want to
having
be
a
sleeping when I get my
facelift-
hair braided. Do it, Sieffert.
If I woke up from a facelift and my hair it smelled like the operating room and it was like matted down to my head, I would just feel so disgusting. So I try and make sure it's clean, as clean as we can get it, and then braid it so
And
that
then
it's
you
out of
braid
their
it.
face and then put the head wrap on.
But that's
Yes,
just
I
a
do.
tender, like motherly
Carrying
thing
moment.
to do. When I heard that, I literally got goosebumps. I just heard it today.
I know, that's true.
I would tell everybody. I'd be like, in for no extra charge. Sieffert
Is gonna braid
cleans
you.
your hair and braids
She's
it.
gonna brush it.
It's pretty nice.
She's gonna wash it. She's gonna braid it.
Do you do that, Dr. Donaldson?
He doesn't do.
He does not
facelifts.
braid hair, but he does hold patients' hand when they fall asleep.
Oh, he does. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
He does.
You really, I mean, both of you are the most caring people.
I know.
I have no problem telling anyone I know that if they go anywhere else, they're nuts.
That's
It's
how
very
we all ended
true.
up together in this room.
1,000,000%. And I wouldn't
True.
be working here if you guys weren't like that way. I'd be like, peace out.
We're all similar.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Have you ever denied care for plastic surgery or functional medicine for psychiatric reasons?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, what's more common is just seeing that a patient's on multiple medications and maybe has unrealistic expectations, and you just start to get this vibe. And also in our practice, really every member of the staff has veto power. And so if there's a red flag, on the telephone or at the front desk or in your office, I want all that information. It helps put together kind of this pastiche of what the patient's like. But if we have doubts, we'll just refer them to outside help, or oftentimes they'll be already covered by mental health professionals. We'll communicate with them and try to figure out whether this is whether it's in the patient's best interests to do it or not.
Yeah. Have you at all with what functional?
Only when I think it needs to be addressed by a medical doctor, like at their PCP office or a cardiologist or neurologist. So sometimes people who are maybe anti-conventional medicine haven't gone through those channels. But having done that, I'm like, you actually need to make sure you don't have X, Y, or Z before you come see us.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
You asked a question earlier about who have we learned from besides our parents. I've learned a lot from this man who took a chance on me 6 years ago because I pestered the shit out of him.
Well, you need to say,
you did say you did that.
but you need to say
I
how,
pestered
because
the
she
shit
said
out of
how
him.
she got involved. You need to say how you got to be with Dr.
I
Donaldson.
pestered the shit out of him. I did. I'm just annoyed until I got an interview with you. but it was.
And how'd you find him? Just online?
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked all the things that were on the website. I'm sure the same thing when patients look at the website and they go, I identify with all of that. Yes, that sounds like the type of place that I could call home for the rest of my career because that's how I feel. And the first time we ever met, we went to Starbucks. You had surgery at Knightsbridge and we met at Starbucks, and we had a lot in common, and you invited me back the next day to come to the operating room, which was lovely. And there was a kid sitting behind us who happened to be from Ohio State. He was an undergrad and part of a medical school interest group for, what was it, just medical school or surgery?
Yeah.
And he overheard us talking and asked, and we didn't even really know each other, but he asked us if we would give a talk to their interest group for medical school. And me and was it Dr. Bundy?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of months later, we went out to eat at the Pearl. I remember that. And then went and gave this talk in front of like 50 or 60 undergraduate students. And there was just like this really great synergy between two people who didn't know each other from anybody you could meet on the street. And I feel like that moment probably solidified that we knew we were going to work together, just how like great that whole experience was, the two of us talking in front of all these students.
For sure. Yeah. And I would echo back. I mean, I think, I always thought I'd be in solo practice forever. And then when Dr. Sieffert came along, it's just, I learned a lot from you. And it's been a richer, more fun experience to have a colleague who has been similarly trained, and we can talk about those things. And then bringing on Dr. Weston, I've learned maybe probably one thing. I can't think of it right now, but I think I have.
It's okay. I haven't learned anything.
You're like brother and sister. Well, thank you for all the information that you have both actively and passively given me. You're a wonderful person.
I echo that. Thank you for all the things you have actively and passively given me. Dr. Esposito.
Dr. Esposito.
Yes, there you go.
Oh
I love it. The Italian version of me. No, but seriously, I did not know that about the medical student. That's really interesting. I knew the story about how you guys
fully eavesdropping on our conversation.
Well, that's kind of like divine intervention, though.
If you heard you'd be like.
But that's ballsy of that medical student to speak up. I love that. I wonder where they're at now. That's amazing. But I will say, I love the collaborative nature. As an outsider who knows nothing but just interested in medicine, to hear you guys bounce things off about patients is really cool to hear. Hey, I had this patient yesterday, blah, blah, blah. And oh, wow, you guys talk about things. It's fun.
The first place I go is.
Yeah.
Well, and I wish we were.
Can I ask you a question, please? You have
it's true.
so many years of knowledge and thousands and thousands of cases. Please help me.
But I wish we were around each other more, because usually I'm in the OR and you're in
opposite.
the office, or I'm in the office and she's in the OR. So when we see each other and it's passing in the hall, it's talk about 2 or 3 or 4 things real fast.
Yeah, I love that.
And when I was first starting, it was great because I would actually have time to come and scrub in the operating room and learn stuff with you then.
Yeah.
I don't get to do that anymore.
Yeah.
We're both
too busy.
OR1 and OR4 all day long.
You could still come in and learn a few things anytime.
I don't have
Doors
time.
open.
I'm seeing the real patients.
Doors always open. And you can go back to residency too. I know you think plastic surgery would be pretty awesome, and you're right. So just a few more years of training.
I don't actually.
Get them through their weight loss journey and then do surgery on them. It's a whole full package deal.
Full circle.
You could be my retirement plan. Just scoot right into that.
I'm only 3 years younger than you.
Oh, you're old too. Never mind.
Not that much younger than you.
I love that. Is there anything else we want to cover? Well, congrats. We finished 13. Our glasses are empty, so it was successful.
Cheers.
Thank you, Annie's Wine Cottage, and thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it.
That was great.
So,
thank you, Dr. Donaldson.
peace out.
Thank you, Dr. Weston.